Now, use all my advice with caution because, I'm not responsible for what you do. I'm just showing you some ways in which you could work. And we're back. Today we are going to look at how to actually build an audience. And we're going to go through 3 ways in which we can build an audience, meaning we're going to get more people onto that page that actually starts building our audience. And there are 3 ways in which I recommend that you do this. One way is doing it organically. The second way is to use ads, and the third way is to use scraping. All right, so let's get to it. So the first thing that we're going to do, or the first thing that we can do, is to engage ourselves in online discussions and start answering questions, because people who help other people will grow an audience like that. So that's the first step. So when you try to build an audience organically, you really need to start getting involved in groups on social media. I'm talking about Quora, I'm talking about, like here in this case, I'm looking for Google Analytics people. On LinkedIn, I wouldn't choose these Google Analytics groups because they're probably already professionals, but I would more go into these kinds of groups where people are looking for training advice. I would, request membership, and then I would just start answering people's questions because they will click my profile, and then what will happen is that they will then find the links to my videos, and that's how I would grow my audience. Or I would do it on Facebook. I would get involved in groups or build groups such as I have with Swedish growth hackers, and I would start trying to replying to questions that people are asking there. Just be helpful, and people will find your content, and what happens then is that you will grow your audience over time. The problem with this way of working is that it takes a lot of time. So if you have a little bit of money, then I would suggest that you go on doing the second way of building an audience. Well, the second step is to buy ads, and that's for those of you who have a little bit of budget. And this is how you could go about doing that. I will not go through exactly how you buy ads, but just through the major points. You need to source some keywords, you need to create an ad, you need to create an ad group, and I will show you how to do that in Google AdWords, or Google Ads as they call it these days. So if I would buy ads, for example, through Google to this landing page, and I promise you this landing page will not look like this when we start buying ads to it, but for now, the first thing we need to do is we need to do some keyword research. So when people are searching in Google, what kind of keywords do we want our ads to appear on? So the first thing we do then is we go and do a little bit of keyword research, and you find this great tool from Google under Tools and then Keyword Planner. You hit this Find New Keywords, and you take analytics training for this sake, or I would, because analytics training is something that I would be interested in buying the traffic from. Here it says Sweden. I would like to add USA, for example, and maybe Singapore. That would be nice. Save, and then I'll add English here. English, because everything I do is in English, so I want to target those people. Now I get a big selection of different keywords that I could use for my campaign. So now I go ahead and I select these keywords because I want to add them all, and I want to add them to a new ad group. And I want to name this ad group Analytics Training. And hit Create. And then we hit Add to Plan. Boom. Check here that they're added. There they're added, all of the keywords. And when it says phrase match, it means that they need to search for exactly this. I will explain more what will happen in Google Analytics, or actually I will explain later how to actually do the different matches for these, but for this sake, since I won't hit activate yet on this, I'm just showing you the process. So you find the keywords, you add them to an ad group, and then you will create an ad doing this. So now what I have to do is I have to create a campaign. So I hit Create Campaign, and I give the campaign a name, which is Google Analytics Audience Growth. like that. And then I will hit, the daily budget will be about 100 crowns for this. And so I'll save. And it says, congratulations, your new campaign is almost ready. I only have to create the ads. And I hit ads here, create my ads. And the final URL will be, going back here, will be this. Copy that. And then I go to the campaign. Where is it? Here. Hit that. Boom. That's my final URL. And I will call this Beginner Analytics Training. Great course. Actually, I won't write that. Daily videos. Daily videos. Subscribe and learn. Oops. Free daily videos. And you can check the preview here. It doesn't look very nice. Then I add a description, which would be get free daily training videos in analytics for your website. Grow your business with the power of data. Like that. All right, I will just add this and save and create. Add it to the ad group 1, save and create. So here we have an ad, and now what we'll do is we'll just smile. And as soon as I add some money here, then it will start running. Now, the third way is a little bit more creative, and it builds on, looking at backlinks, then scraping those backlinks for contacts, and using both Majestic in this case and Outwit in order to get those emails. Now, the third way of sourcing a network or an audience for your website, for example, is more of you can choose whether or not you want to employ these tactics. But for example, I know that Neil Patel, he is working with a lot of digital tactics and such things. And so I know that people have linked to him who I might be interested in for my own audience. So what I do is that I copy his address up here, and then I go to Majestic or any other backlink tool, and I hit, I enter his email there, or his URL there, and I go to backlinks on this tab. So what I'm doing now is that I am actually exporting all the backlinks, or the 5,000 latest backlinks that go to his website. There are several of these tools, such as Majestic, that are online. And they essentially just give you a list of backlinks. So as you see, you get a long list of links to different websites that have linked to his website. And so I take all of these other fields because I won't use them now, like this, and I delete those. And the value is really here. Either I can use these headlines, because these are all of the headlines of the websites that I have, or the pages that have been linking to him. So I can use these to do keyword research, because they will most likely include all the keywords that I need in order to target the right people around digital tactics. However, I'm not going to do that right now. I will show that in a later video. What I am going to do now is I'm going to use all of these links, all these 5,000 links that have linked to his actual blog. You can do this more or less with accuracy. For example, it might be better for me to look at a specific post on his blog and then take the backlinks to only that specific post. But now I take to all the people who have linked to his root domain. Now, before I can actually use this, I need to turn them into hyperlinks. There we go. and then I hit that one, enter, go back one, double click. Now I'm gonna save this, save as, and we do we save it as a web page, and then we go into our lovely little Outwit scraper. And what we do is that we open the file that we just created, and so we find this, and so we go in there and we search for the file that we just created, and we find the web page that we saved, and then we will go and hit open. Now we'll see here that we have all these beautiful links, and those are the links that are linking back to Neil Patel. And so what we do now is we check this and we select all of those links. I have a video in the description of this video that tells you exactly how to go this step by step. And then you go fast search for contact in selected links, and then you kick back, because what this will give you now is a list of emails that are in these links, or they will go through all these links and find emails to the people who are on these pages. And that's also one way in which you can build an audience. So then you will spend 15 minutes a day emailing these people, or you will use a more creative method to do it, but I will not recommend that because that might be illegal in your respective country. So that's the third way of doing this, and I would recommend you to use this with caution. I would much more recommend you to do the first or the other way of reaching other people. We will get into how to write those emails, we will go into all the other steps, but this is just a on the surface thing of how to actually start building an audience, and that is fast. Now, use all my advice with caution, because I'm not responsible for what you do. I'm just showing you some ways in which you could work. So with that said, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you think that you like it enough, I think you should subscribe. And if you don't, then do whatever you want. Okay?